Hello everybody, AnimeScale here. How are you guys doing? Today we are ranking the Jinchuriki from weakest to strongest. For the more casual viewers, I'm not using the DBZ power scale, but a self-made one. So if you want to know more about it, you'll find the link in the description below. Now without any further ado, let's get started. Sometime after Obito's apparent death, Rin was secretly kidnapped by Madara, and with collaboration from the Hidden Mist Shinobi, the three-tailed beast Isabu was sealed into her. Rin was Jinchuriki for a concise time, so she never learned how to use the tailed beast chakra. When he was born, Bunpuku became the very first Jinchuriki of the one-tailed Shikaku, powerful Fuinjutsu user being able to seal the tail beast into a tea kettle. Bunpuku could also use sand manipulation. Capable of manifesting wings of the seven tails, Fu could fly, exhale a sparkling substance to blind her opponent, create webs that can heal her allies, or produce a net-shaped prison to trap the enemy. The full extent of her control over Chomei's chakra is unknown, but Fu is shown to be a great support in battle. Next up, we have Kushina, sent to Konoha to become the second Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. Most of her strength and abilities are related to her being an Uzumaki, shown to have a powerful life force being able to survive the QB extraction. Talented and knowledgeable in the art of Fuinjutsu with her chakra, Kushina could materialize sealing chains that were strong enough to restrain and subdue the Nine Tails. First Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, Mito, is for some reason overestimated by the Naruto community, since not much is known about her fighting skills. Being an Uzumaki, Mito had a lot of chakra and was well versed in the sealing's techniques. She never managed to control Kurama's chakra, but she learned how to use his ability to sense negative emotions, just like Naruto while in chakra mode. Han's fighting style mainly revolved around taijutsu, thanks to a special armor with a furnace on his back to store large amounts of steam borrowed from the Five Tails boil release. Han had the capability to significantly magnify his physical strength. Made Jinchuriki of the Two Tails, Matatabi, at 2 years old, Yugito was a very capable Jonin. Even though she didn't have full control over the Two Tails, she could partially transform, manifesting Matatabi's claws and tails, or even fully transform into the tail beast, as shown against Idan and Kakazu. Mukenin from the Hidden Mist, Utakata was a skilled sensory ninja, quite capable in water release. Being Jinchuriki of the Six Tails allowed him to use the soap bubble technique to create bubbles with an explosive composition that he could manipulate to attack the enemy. Even though Utakata was not one of the few Jinchuriki capable of fully controlling his tail beast, he was shown to be capable of accessing the version 1 cloak transformation. In the anime, he quickly entered a six-tailed version 2 form, though he did not appear to have much control over himself while in this state. Much like Naruto against Orochimaru and Pain. Regardless, Utakata in this form was able to defeat 2 of the 6 parts of Pain, 1 of his summonings, and even pressure the Diva Path. Like his tail beast son Goku, by combining the Fire and Earth release, Roshi had access to one of the most powerful known Kekkei Genkai with Lava release. He could spew multiple molten rocks from his mouth and even create an armor of lava that burns anyone or anything that comes into contact with it, to the point that it could burn even Naruto while in his Nine Tails chakra mode. Even Kisame said that Roshi's ninjutsu was nothing to laugh about. Up next, we have Blue Bee, the predecessor of Killer Bee, as the Jinchuriki of the Eight Tails. Nothing of his abilities have been shown in the manga, presumably skilled in Kenjutsu as he carried a sword around him. He's also shown to be a sensor-type ninja. While never obtaining complete control over the Eight Tails chakra, Blue Bee was known for his impressive use of it. When he was alive, he was able to use partial transformation by manifesting one of Gyuki's tails. I know some people will complain about Gaara being this low on the list. However, after his fight against Part 1 Naruto, Gaara seemed to have decided to avoid using Shukaku's power any further. His sand sporadically took the form of Shukaku's arms or body, and his abilities had become greater after the tail beast was extracted from his body. And here we have the first perfect Jinchuriki on the list. In base form, Yagura was very good in both water and wind release, and had the water mirror technique that could reflect his opponent's attacks. In the anime, Yagura was able to simultaneously fight Itachi and Juzo, killing Juzo and pushing Itachi to use Amaterasu for the very first time. Having full control over his tail beast, Yagura could enter the version 2 form without losing control over himself, gaining incredible speed, physical prowess, and the ability to fire mini tailed beast balls. One of the strongest Kenjutsu users in the series, B is capable of using lightning, fire, and water release. Capable of overwhelming the entire Team Taka on his own, B is the perfect Jinchuriki. Capable of entering version 1, version 2, and fully transforming into the 8 tails. Moving on, we have Minato, who became the Jinchuriki of the yin half of the 9 tails shortly before his death. Once revived through the Edo Tensei technique, Minato somehow managed to cooperate with Kurama, who immediately granted him access to the 9 tails chakra mode. Like Naruto, Minato in this form can use chakra arms, enter the tail beast mode, create tail beast balls, and perform stronger versions of his usual techniques. The 10 tails sealed into Obito, unlike the one sealed into Madara, had only fragments of the 8 and the 9 tails chakra. Obito initially lacked control of his mind after the sealing, but after stabilizing, Obito could fly, create chakra arms, produce trees through which he can fire tailed beast balls, manifest the truth-seeking orbs, and many other abilities. Kishimoto decided to restrict Obito from using Kamui in this form because he would have been way too powerful. After receiving the 6 paths chakra, Naruto not only had the yin half of Kurama, but also received portions of chakra from all the other tail beasts. In his fight against Sasuke, Naruto demonstrated to be strong enough to match all the tail beasts' chakra, with the natural energy gathered from just one half of the 9 tails. As I said before, Madara became Jinchuriki of a much stronger version of the 10 tails sealed into Obito. Capable of fighting Naruto and Sasuke simultaneously, Madara is the only character shown being capable of using the Limbo technique, with 4 copies of himself almost as powerful as him. Madara is hands down one of the strongest Jinchuriki ever existed. After sealing his mother, Hagoromo became the Jinchuriki of the 10 tails. Unfortunately, we have never seen Hagoromo fighting in this form, but I'm sure nobody will complain about his positioning. After activating this mode, the increase in chakra was enough to shock both Ishiki and Sasuke. In a process similar to nuclear fusion, Naruto and Kurama's chakra are consumed as raw materials to produce a new type of energy. Baryon mode reduces the user's lifespan, but also the opponent's every time Naruto touches him. This form also dramatically boosts Naruto's reflexes, speed, and power, but the drawback should be the death of both Jinchuriki and the tail beast inside of him. And I said should be, since in Chapter 54, Naruto is still alive, even after using this form. So this is it, guys. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. AnimeScale out. Bye.